I'm gonna show you how you can improve your saxophone sound instantly by following these 3 simple steps. And this relates to your saxophone embouchure. Now, the saxophone embouchure, that has to do with the way you place your mouthpiece inside your mouth. It also has to do with the seal around the mouthpiece and also your air support. So it's that 3-part combo that can improve your saxophone instantly. So let's focus on step number 1, and that has to do with the placement of your mouthpiece inside your mouth. Now, you don't want to use too little of the mouthpiece. And you do not want to use too much of the mouthpiece. Instead, you want to find your sweet spot. There's actually an easy way to do that, just using your mouthpiece and reed and a piece of paper. Place the paper between the reed and mouthpiece like this. Draw a line across where the paper sticks. Now this line is where you should place your lower lip. So now you can actually find that sweet spot by placing your thumb just below the line that you've drawn on your reed, and then place the mouthpiece inside your mouth so your bottom lip hits the thumb. And that's your starting point for a great saxophone embouchure. Now, the second part of a good saxophone embouchure has to do with the seal around the mouthpiece. So you already know your sweet spot, how much of the mouthpiece you need to bring into your mouth, and it should be resting on your lower lip, and your upper teeth should be resting on top of the actual mouthpiece. Now, when you make this seal around the mouthpiece, a common beginner mistake is to either squeeze too hard or even bite down on the mouthpiece. And that only results in squeaky sounds from your saxophone, and you can even damage your teeth and get a sore jaw, so that's no good. Instead, what you want to do is just form your mouth, even without the mouthpiece inside, like this. Oh, 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 oh. I know it looks weird, but that's the way you do it, so go ahead. I can't even see, you can see me, I can see you. So do this form with your mouth. Oh. And that's a way just to practice that. But as soon as you start biting down or squeezing really hard, that's gonna affect your overall tone. And as I mentioned, you can get a sore jaw and other complications. So you don't want to do that. Make sure that your jaw is relaxed. Actually, you want to keep an open throat as if you were yawning. I hope you're not yawning when you're watching this video, but that same feeling that you get in your throat, it opens up your airways, and that will also help with your overall tone. And we're going to cover that in the last part, but this ties together with this as well. So make sure that you have a seal around there. Now, this can actually look and feel a little bit different depending on what type of mouthpiece you are playing. So for instance, I'm playing a metal mouthpiece right here, but I also showed you a plastic or rubber mouthpiece. And for you to get acquainted with your mouthpiece a little bit more and the way you are forming your mouth around the mouthpiece, I would suggest that you actually stand in front of a mirror so you can watch yourself and make sure that you have a good seal, but it's not too tight. If it looks like you're squeezing, then you need to focus on that feeling that I mentioned with an open jaw, just like if you were yawning, and keeping that openness. That's going to help you get a good seal, but not too tight. So moving on to the third and final ingredient that will help you get a better sax sound instantly. And this has to do with your air support. The way you move your air from your lungs through the mouthpiece and the saxophone. Now, it's the combination of the placement of your mouthpiece, the seal around the mouthpiece, and your air support that will make a huge difference for your saxophone sound. So here are a couple of things that you can do in order to make this happen right now. First of all, simply by standing up or sitting straight up like I am will help you open up and make it easy for the air to move through. Now you can imagine that you just won the gold medal and you have that around your neck. Obviously, you want to show this medal off, right? So you open up your chest a little bit so you can show off that gold medal. And simply by doing that, makes it easier for the air to move through. Now, the second part to the air support has to do with your throat. Now, you want to play with an open throat. A closed throat makes for a narrow and thin sound. An open throat makes for a stronger, more full sound from your saxophone. In order to achieve that, you can try two different things. The first thing is to simply yawn like this. When you do that, it opens up your throat. You want to keep it open like this. Now, the other way of finding out how that feels is either by singing opera or imagining that you're about to speak in front of a large group of people without a microphone. Then you need to use an open chest, all your air support in order to be able to be heard for the entire group. Now, it's that sensation that you want to aim for. Simply by doing that, your overall sound will improve. So to summarize, make sure you find the correct position for the mouthpiece inside your mouth using that little trick with the line on the reed, and a good seal, not too tight because that will make your saxophone squeak. And finally, use good air support, and I promise you, you will see instant results with your saxophone. Now it's your turn. Go ahead, try this out. Hope you like this video. Make sure to follow, subscribe, and if you got any questions, just post them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.